What's up, world? Magic here with another edition of Magic Speaks. And today I would like to talk about something that helped transform my life. I was born with a very mild case of cerebral palsy. And a few years ago, my neurologist told me that I probably had a stroke before I was even born. As crazy as that sounds, it's definitely plausible. My right side is weaker than my left. I have a stutter sometimes, and I limp because my right leg and foot is a little smaller, slightly smaller than my left. Now, my mother took me to physical therapy at Moss Rehab, and there was a lot of physical therapy. When I was about 5 or 6, I took a walk with my mom and maybe my brother to the corner store where we met a older gentleman who invited us to go to Shriners Hospital. The Shriners Hospital specializes in children with disabilities. At the time, I believe that you needed a referral from a Shriner to go there. I could be wrong. Even now, you still need a referral from a doctor to be admitted to Shriners. And this is the Shriners Hospital in Philadelphia that was on the boulevard by Home Circle. Not the one today on North Broad with Temple Hospital. So, there's a lot of physical therapy, a lot of braces, MAFOs, a brace on my leg to keep my leg stretched over the years, and had to have multiple braces because my MAFOs, because my body grew. I was still a child when I went there. But in about 1983, 1984, the doctors said to my mom that we can do a surgery called a green transfer, which would basically take the ligaments in my right arm and take them from the bottom to the top to allow me to raise my right hand. And we did that, and it helped. And the doctor said to my mom, "What kind of incision should we give him? We can do a straight line, we can do a squiggly line like a snake, or we can do a bunch of X's." Of course, she said, just a straight line. And over 40 years later, the scar from the incision is barely visible. There was another surgery, a heel cord lengthening, that the doctors suggested, but my mom said, no, he's been through enough. And I went to Shriners until I aged out of their services. And as far as I know, we never got a bill for all the appointments, surgery, the MAFOs, everything. Thank you, Shriners. You helped change my life. There was a physical therapist named Bobby, a lady. I believe Dr. Weiss was the surgeon who worked on my hand, because I believe I always saw him when I went to my appointments. Anyone watching, if you have a child with a disability, I would say to look Shriners up. There are many Shriners hospitals across the country. There's one in Boston that specializes in burns, I believe. I know there's one in Tampa. There's even one in Hawaii. And Shriners does sponsor a college football all-star game held every January, the East-West Shrine Bowl. They really changed my life. So thank you, Shriners, for all your help over the years. I am indebted to them for my life. And it is good to talk about it, because there were other patients that were far worse off than I was, had more extreme disabilities. And don't make fun of them because of a disability, especially something that happened at birth. This is Magic here with Magic Speaks. If you like what you see, subscribe, hit like, drop a comment, and I will talk to you laters.